racing families. I love racing families, okay? And we are blessed in this country with so many great ones. When you think about the NASCARs, it's the Earnhardts, and the Wallaces and the Bodines and the Labontes and the Waltrips. Yes, indeed. When we think about IndyCars, the Unsers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my gosh, I'm just unreal. I mean, the Unser family.
Yeah,
Andretti, exactly. That guy. Those guys. Yes, those guys.
Ray Hall.
Ray Hall. Yeah, exactly. With Graham, I'm thinking older people, but Graham,
the
exactly.
Force family.
The Force family.
Million,
exactly. In drag racing. In sprint car racing, we have the Kinsers, and we have the Hoddenchilds and everything. And the Swindells, exactly. And then there's the Blaneys. And the Blaneys are an interesting bunch, and a great bunch. As we know, if you follow any form of auto racing at all, Ryan Blaney is carving out a really, really nice career at Team Penske. Dave Blaney, the Buckeye Bullet, Hall of Famer with the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum, and just not a better guy on the planet.
Yep.
I mean, and his brother Dale, again, not a better guy on the planet. And that's what we're going to talk about. She's Erin Evernham. I'm Steve Post. This is Wing Nation, the podcast presented by Dryden by DRF Racing Walls. We're in the Hercules Tire Studios, and we're going to talk to Dale Blaney today.
I'm excited to catch up with him.
I am too. Life after driving, but still involved with the sport. Still involved with all kinds of things. He, because he had that basketball career as well. He still stays involved there too. He's a fascinating guy, and love him to death. Loved the career, loved when he was wheeling a car around the racetrack. And I love now watching Flow Racing and seeing him on a four-wheeler or in the work area running roughshod over crew chiefs.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. It really is. Turned official for the All-Stars. So that's what the game plan is here. We're going to talk to Dale Blaney. Speaking of the All-Stars, Flow Racing All-Star Circuit of Champions. They were at Attica Raceway Park last weekend. Zeb Wise was leading, but not so fast, says Justin Peck. Here's Blake Anderson on Flow Racing with the call.
And now for the Dryden death-defying move of the week, where one driver simply amazes us with their on-track moves.
Justin Peck closing on Zeb Wise, a pair of all-star young guns battling up front here at the Spring Nationals at Attica Raceway Park. Oh my, Justin Peck, there goes Peck around the outside. You've got a new leader.
That death-defying move was brought to you by Dryden Diesel All Deaf, the official deaf of the world of outlaws and wheelmen everywhere. Visit Dryden.com for more information.
For decades, Dryden Lubricants has been made in America and made to last, paving the way on our highways, in our fields, and on the production line. Today, Dryden offers a complete line of engine oils, greases, hydraulic and transmission fluids, and diesel exhaust fluid. If you want greater performance and protection for your critical engines and equipment, go to Dryden.com. Dryden, American-owned and operated, and a proud supporter of racing and race fans everywhere. Citywide to countryside, whatever you drive, wherever you go, Hercules has the value, selection, and industry-leading warranty to get you there, no matter where the road takes you. Go to HerculesTires.com. There you can find the nearest authorized Hercules retail location to you. Plus, you can use the tire tracker to find out which Hercules tire fits your vehicle the best. That's HerculesTires.com. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength. It is Wing Nation, the podcast presented by Dryden by DRF Racing Oils. We're in the Hercules Tire Studios. We're going to the Sage Fruit Hotline. Joining us is Dale Blaney. Hello, Dale. Welcome back to Wing Nation.
Hey. Thanks, Steve. It's good to be here, I guess.
So what are you doing? I mean, I know what you're doing, but what is life like now, Dale?
Actually, I coached a little Division III college, Westminster College, this past winter, and I've done that for 2 years. And we just had some player evaluations this morning. Some of our players from last year came in, and us coaching staff was talking to them and stuff that they got to do this summer. So that was this morning's itinerary, and this afternoon, I'm not sure. So it's pretty thrilling to be Dale Blaney right now.
Dale, how has it been getting back into something, or how involved were you with basketball when you were racing? I know everyone always talked about your career in basketball and that you played, but to go back coaching, did you keep up with it the whole time you were racing?
A little bit here and there. I actually I coached at a high school for about 7 or 8 years, just as an assistant coach, JV coach, assistant varsity coach for a little while. And that was probably from '03 to 10 maybe. So I was around it some then. And, I've always kept up with it. Haven't coached a ton, but got back into it the last couple of years. And I've known the head coach over there for a while, and he's finally talked me into coming over there and helping, and which gives me something to do during the wintertime, and it's been pretty fun.
Do you find athletes like yourself, whether you were playing basketball or ultimately running sprint cars, there's the competitive juices, there's the excitement of the game, the excitement of winning. Does coaching do that for you, Dale?
It does a little bit. I mean, we've got some great kids over there, and great quality kids, and they're just fun to be around and to watch them perform and play well. And last year, our season got cut short a little bit. We only played 9 regular season games, and we had our conference tournament. So we went 11-1, won the conference tournament, but there was no NCAA tournament for Division III last year, and that was disappointing because I felt like we had a really good team, and but it was fun. It was enjoyable to coach those kids and to watch them play well.
Dale,
it's not like playing yourself or racing yourself, but at my age, I'm 57 now. So there's just, life goes on, and you got to find something else to make life stick.
How has it been along those lines, being out of the car? Now you're involved with the All-Stars as an official. But I know for myself, my career was so short compared to yours. It's not always easy to be back at the track and to be around it and not be doing it. How has that been for you?
It really hasn't been bad at all. There was, I started working for him last year at Ohio Speed Week and through the rest of the year. And, truthfully, there wasn't, 2 nights last year, if that I thought to myself, man, I wish I was out there. So do I wish I was still in a really competitive ride? Yeah, a little bit. But like I said, I'm 57 years old, and it's not like I'm going to get better next year as a 58-year-old race car driver than what I was at 35. It just, life goes on and life happens. And it's fine. I mean, I really enjoy working with, Eric Walls and everybody with the All-Stars, Tony Involved and Jared Frude, and I enjoy everybody. And it's a different aspect of it. And I was around that a little bit before when I worked at Sharon Speedway back in 2002, 4, 5 maybe. But it's just a different side of it. But I really enjoy being around it.
You talk about being around the kids, coaching the kids. I watch you in the work area. It seems like you're coaching kids there as well in the work area. It's such a chaotic place. You had sat in the work area a few times, I'm sure, as a race car driver. That perspective has got to be interesting now as an official, being outside of the car, watching other people in the work area.
Yeah, a little bit. I tried to never get to the work area as a driver. Sure. That's not one of your main goals at the beginning of the night.
I agree. It's not one of the stats you want. Right.
But and I was fortunate to, I never spent a lot of time in there. But it's a 2-minute long hectic time, and I'd say it's way more hectic being an official than it is sitting in the race car. But it's a different side of it for sure. And I enjoy being around all our guys. I mean, we've got a great group of race car drivers with the All-Stars this year. I wish we did last year, but we've got a great group this year, and looking forward to seeing how the season's going to play out.
Dale, as an official, are there anything that any of the drivers or teams do that maybe you didn't think about when you were driving that like drive you crazy, whether it's, wait till the last minute to get the lineup, or I don't know, is there different, obviously it's a whole new perspective. Is there something that's kind of surprised you?
No. Not really. Not really. I mean, I can see stuff happening maybe earlier than what another official maybe could, because I know what's going to happen, and I've been on that side of it, so I know. But no, not really. It's no, that's a tough question, but no, I'll give you that answer.
Good.
No,
that's good.
It's got to be an interesting dynamic. You are an official, so you're the referee, but yet you're a multi-time champion and winner. and I'm fairly confident you have such respect among all the drivers. You know, is there part of that where you occasionally find yourself the drivers are asking you about the driving aspect and that, and it's not what the normal official is going to get?
Yeah, it's hard because I've raced against all these guys.
That's true.
All of them, and I've been a competitor of all of them. So, and there is a few times where a couple guys will ask me questions, about their car or the racetrack, and it's hard for me to, not give them an answer. But yet, as an all-star official, I really should just go. I can't give you the answer sometimes that they want to give, and trust me, it's hard. Like, I've talked to Tyler Courtney a couple times, and, I judge the starts. And as a race car driver, I know I have a scouting report on every other driver. So I know how this guy starts a race. I know if he wants to get a little ahead, or I just know I have a scouting report on every driver. And as an official, I have a scouting report on all these guys too, on how they start races. And it's a difficult thing because Tyler, one time wanted, like I told him, I was like, you got to even it up a little bit. But then, if he doesn't get the jump on the start, then it's almost like, man, I shouldn't say anything to him. I should just let him do his thing and I'll judge and do my thing. Yeah. So it's a tough balance. I want to see all these guys succeed and I want to make it fair for all of them. But it's tough sometimes if a guy will ask you a question. Sometimes I'll just say, man, I really can't answer it, but I really want to, but I can't. So it's a tough balance at times.
Yeah, that is interesting. I can see that. Like, everyone looks up to you and all the success you've had. They kind of want to pick your brain, but you're in a tough spot there. Dale, one of the great things that comes with not racing as much anymore or just being at the track as an official is you have a lot more family time, and now you have a grandbaby. What's that been like to spend a little more time maybe with family?
Well, I need to get down there and see him a little bit more. I haven't seen him probably in 3 months, and I see him every day on FaceTime. So I see him every day, but it's not the same thing as, picking him up and holding him. Mm-hmm. And, but I need to get down there and spend a little bit more time, and eventually I will, time is going to be tough because we're getting started with the season here, but it's awesome to see Leah and Hayden and Loudon, grow up and, they have a kid, and it's unreal for me to think that Leah's 25 now and has a kid when at 15 years old, I'd have never ever thought she'd been married till she was, 35. So it's funny how life changes and goes on, but it's awful fun to see how he's going to grow and what he's going to become.
I started the program before you joined us talking about racing families, and Leah, she married Hayden Reeves. Stevie Reeves and the families. What is it, Dale? It's almost like you almost have to be part of a racing family to understand someone in the racing family. And I guess Leah, the good thing is Hayden and Stevie and everyone in that family, they're racers as well.
Yeah, no doubt. I couldn't have got any luckier that Leah found Hayden and Hayden found Leah. So they're a great couple. They get along so well, and he's a great kid who comes from a great family. So I couldn't have asked for anything better for her. And, who knows? I mean, hopefully Loudon's got some racing genes in him, and he can be successful at that aspect of it. If not, he's going to be successful at something in his lifetime. We just got to find out what it is, but it'd be pretty cool to see him grow up and race a little bit.
Well, I think with two grandfathers like he has, there's going to be a good chance there'll be a car somewhere in his future.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Or if not, maybe basketball.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if he's got a little bit of skill, we'll work with him.
If he's got some skill.
He's got some skill. I wonder if Stevie Reeves ever played basketball.
Yeah, I don't think he has the height that Dale's got.
No, he doesn't have the height, that's for sure.
Yeah, if he doesn't become a good basketball player, I'll blame it on Stevie, that's for sure.
There you go. That's good. Good stuff. Yeah, for sure. Dale, life, you've mentioned multiple times, you understand the reality. You're 57. I'll be 57 in June, and I understand life changes, life evolves. When life evolves, and especially when you have a passion job, and you know me, I know you love driving sprint cars. I love announcing races, okay? And I've thought about this multiple times. to ultimately, there's a day when you need to step away. You've had yours. Thus far, I haven't, but it'll happen. It's just life. Having a successful career, 6-time champion, 137 All-Star wins, that's got to be easier to step away after accomplishing so much. And you had such a good run. I think about all the years with George that you had and all of the good runs you had. It has to be easier. It's tough to walk away, but it has to be easier to walk away after having a successful Hall of Fame career, I would think.
I don't know. If you have a passion for something, it never dies.
Right.
It's the same thing. I mean, Sammy Swindell was racing and Jack Hodenshield. I think this is going to be Jack's last year, but Sammy's still racing at, a certain age, and you just have a passion for it, I guess. And whether my passion has died a little bit, I'm sure it has. I mean, it hurt bad when George, passed, and, my desire really kind of left when he left a little bit. But, if I was 35 at that time, it wouldn't have left as much. But being, 54 years old at that time, it was bound to leave. But I don't know. Just I had a great career and I enjoyed it. I met a lot of great people. I saw a lot of great places and raced against some great guys. And hopefully the guys that I raced against had a little bit of respect for me and enjoyed racing with me. And that's about all I can say about that, really.
I don't know if there's anything more that can be added, really, quite honestly, because you did race a bunch of guys, and you earned their respect. Yes, you did. You certainly did, for sure. And now you got to officiate these guys. Good luck with that. So it's fun. There's never a dull moment. I mean, it is. I mean, I enjoy it, and not all nights are going to go smooth, and everybody knows that. And I'm going to have to call a start back, and I'm going to have to explain to a guy why I called a start back, and hey, but that's just a part of the job, and I'll accept that. Hey, working for a racer like Tony Stewart, and we all know Tony's Tony, but ultimately, and he's put Eric Walls in charge of it, and Eric does a great job, but there's got to be you understand the boss just a little bit being racers. Yeah, a little bit. Hey, Tony's a great guy. He's got a great, passion for racing, and he's hired some great people to run his organization, and I'm glad to be a part of that. But yeah, I can see a different side of it, just like Tony can see a different side of it, being a race car driver. But I enjoy being around Tony. He's a good guy. Yeah, I just think about that racer mentality. Yeah. When we had doing the MRN races, when we had Glenn Jarrett, the racer looks at things totally different than anybody else. It's just there's always going to be, if you have three different people, you're going to have three different views on it. And hey, Tony might have a view on it, I might have a view on it, and Eric will have a view on it, and that's good. We can all see a different side of it. It's just like creating a project, and you have three different views of it on how to create the project, and everybody's got a different side, and everybody's got pluses and minuses. So it's fun to be a part of that aspect of it. I know that. For sure. Sounds good. Well, Dale, we wish you the best. I'll see you next week in Virginia. Look forward to catching up with you in person. And but we appreciate the time, getting caught up and seeing what's going on, the life and times of Dale Blaney from somewhere, wherever Blake Anderson had you from that night. So with your driver introductions, he had you from all over the country. So, but we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. There we go. Dale Blaney here on the program. Fascinating. I hadn't thought about, I thought about the drivers picking his brain, not restarts, but just picking his brain about in general. But I hadn't thought about it from his perspective as the official. Yeah. And but knowing Dale is just like the greatest guy who would help any racer on the planet. Yeah. That's got to be a weird spot. And then caring enough to think, oh man, I shouldn't have told him that because now he lost the start. Like he actually, talking about Tyler Courtney specifically, you could tell he kind of felt bad. Like, oh, I was trying to. Just how do you do that? That's a challenge that not many people are dealing with right now. No, and it's fascinating. It really is. That's why we love Dale. He kind of breaks things down and really has a perspective on things across the board, all things life.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. So always love when we get a chance to catch up with Dale Blaney. Over the years, Dryden has stood for uncompromised value and proven performance. Known as the hardest working brand in heavy-duty lubrication, Dryden's heritage is made in America and made to last. Dryden products work to increase the life and enhance the efficiency of your equipment in the toughest conditions. Learn more about Dryden's products at Dryden.com. From grassroots racing to NASCAR, Dryden is a proud supporter of racing everywhere. For a year-round high-quality eating experience, look no further than Sage Fruit apples, pears, and cherries. Not only is their produce healthy, but they are grown with such care and precision that you can count on each piece of fruit having exceptional flavor. Sage Fruit, it's our first choice for quick and easy snacking. So a busy, busy weekend coming up. First off, foremost, Saturday is 410.
Oh, yeah.
So it's Sprint Car Day. So make sure everyone use hashtag Sprint Car Day on Saturday. Okay, so it's Sprint Car Day, and so we've got to have a lot of races on Sprint Car Day weekend.
Of course.
And we do. I think part of it to me that I'm just so excited about is another tour. 2 other tours are coming online.
Yep.
MOA and IRA kick it off Saturday night at 30. They're co-sanctioning races. Saturday night, 34 Raceway in Burlington, Iowa, and Sunday, LaSalle in Illinois. So, MOA, I haven't seen a MOA race. I need to get to a MOA race because NASCAR takes us to Road America. I've seen a fair number of IRA races.
Yeah.
I love both. I love what both are doing there. I think it's great. Great little tours that they have in their respective regions. And they're in Iowa, Illinois. They get a chance to meet up a couple times a year.
Yeah, I like that they do the co-sanction events. Build it up a little bit.
Good stuff. World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars Friday night down at the Kokomo. Kokomo Speedway, and then Hobstadt. Tri-City Speedway on Saturday
Great
night.
track.
Yeah, I know. Man,
Both of those.
Indiana. One of the things I noticed, the All-Stars are off, so you're going to have all the All-Star drivers, I'm sure, over there as well. Should be a solid presentation, that's for sure. Weekly racing, this is where I really get geeked up about it. Attica Raceway Park, Lee County Speedway in Donaldson, Iowa has a Friday night open 410 show. T-Mac was posting about going there, and Carson and the boys are going there as long as anyone else. Friday night, Williams Grove. Hope that Mother Nature cooperates because Williams Grove has been dinged up a little bit by the weather. Saturday, the fabulous Lincoln Speedway, Port Royal Speedway, St. Francis County, and yes, Sunday racing. Not only do we have LaSalle up in Illinois, but we've got Baps Motor Speedway. Man, that's going to be good. It's going to be good. Man, that's Jeremy Elliott's new pay-per-view deal, Sprint Car Unlimited pay-per-view deal. So we're going to have to dial that up on Saturday or Sunday. Woo!
Lots of devices nowadays.
Lots of popcorn, lots of popping popcorn and watching this all unfold for sure. My buddy Pete Walton sent me a note, and he wanted to come on the show to make sure we talked about it. You couldn't quite squeeze him in here, but I want to make sure we talk about Thunder in the Carolinas. This is normally one that I get to.
Yeah.
But the way the schedule fell this year, I'm going to be in Martinsville, Virginia. Friday night, Carolina Speedway, Gaffney, North Carolina. Saturday night, Cherokee Speedway, as we continue to evolve sprint car racing here in the Southeast.
Yeah.
And I think we're going. You and I on Tuesday, we talked about Millbridge. We have Millbridge going really, really good.
Yeah.
We've talked multiple times about the Carolina 305 Tour going really, really good. Okay? Pete Walton, next tier up, 360s. When he comes into the Carolinas, does really, really good. And the next trip to the Carolinas is this weekend, Friday night.
I was driving down the road, and I don't think it was still Davidson. Maybe it was just into Mooresville. And there was a guy working on a sprint car right on 115. And I was like, wait, like in his garage. And it's Blaney. It's the relative who used to run at East Lincoln.
Yeah, I know who you mean, George Blaney, yeah.
But I was like, a sprint. I got all sorts of excited. I almost pulled right in.
See, George had his car. I was driving through Harrisburg, and he had a sponsor, an auto parts store there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was Advance or whatever it was. And George had his car out on display. I'm driving down the road, minding my own business.
Not something you see often in North Carolina.
Sprint car. I run around there, yeah.
Same
thing.
Well,
and that's how we met. That's how, okay, we talk about the Hercules Tires Studios.
Yeah.
I met the Hercules Tires folks at Punchy Whitaker's tire store when Greg Wilson was doing it. So, yes, we're almost to the stage now in North Carolina where you see sprint cars.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. It really, truly is. And I think it's all of those steps. I think it's micros, it's 305s, it's 360s. And now even in the Southeast, the World of Outlaws had that Dirty South tour that Mother Nature got it. And next week, the All-Stars are in Virginia.
Yeah. We're getting there.
I love it. I love it. We're getting there, that's for sure. Hey, Park Jefferson opens up this weekend. They got 2 big 360 shows. Wanted to make sure that someone sent me a note from up there and said, Postman, if you're not doing anything this weekend, come up. I said, I would love to come to Park Jefferson, but there's Martinsville hot dogs in my future. So, and the Martinsville, well, you gave that a grimace.
Oh, the hot dogs. I mean, I know they're famous, but.
They are famous.
I know.
There we go. It's good
Not
stuff.
so sure how my belly liked them back in the day.
Big thing, I love the Cup Series. We have Xfinity, but modifieds. Oh, tonight, if you're watching this on Thursday, tonight, Motor Racing Network's going to be on there with the modifieds. Oh, man. I went and saw them at South Boston this past weekend, the Smart Tour.
See Bobby Labonte running?
Yeah, I saw Bobby Labonte running. He looked good for a little bit there, but Ryan Preece, old Preece, man, I'll tell you, he's a good wheelman. I love it. It's good stuff. It really, truly is. So fantastic, that is for sure. Speaking of fantastic, on our television program this weekend, Carson McCarl. And I'm happy I said that because we spent the entire time taping the television program where I do not think I made a mistake. I had Austin McCarl and Carson Macedo.
Oh, gosh.
And one time I started with Austin and then I went Carson McCarl. I caught myself on both Carson and McCarl. Oof. Okay? And the fact that I just said Carson McCarl,
did it really well.
And this is the last time this week, I think that's a major accomplishment, and I think I'm going to pop some popcorn and celebrate, maybe with a frosty beverage as well. But yes, plenty. So Carson joins us on our television program presented by Sage Fruit. Plenty of races. Get out and support them. If you can't support them, get the pay-per-view, dial up your favorite driver, get a T-shirt, get a sweatshirt. We announced on Tuesday, Circle B Diecast has new diecast to the sprint car guys. Support the sport. Get out and support the sport. So great stuff, that's for sure. And speaking of great stuff, good to hang out with Dale Blaney today.
Yes, it was.
Fun stuff for sure. She's Erin Evernham. I'm Steve Post. Thanks for joining us here on Wing Nation, the podcast, presented by Dryden and DRF Racing Oils.